Off they go. Express Odds was first out. Hawkesbury jumped pretty well. Delilah will head the pair, and Stella Marie showing plenty of speed, followed by Tina Star, Merry Wives, Brief Promise, and 2 lengths Better Succeed at the rear of the field. It's Delilah in front as they race along past the 850, a bit more than a length now in Express Odds. Stella Marie a length away, third. Hawkesbury is back to fourth. Then Tina Star, who's on the inside from Merry Wives, Brief Promise, and 2 lengths Better Succeed. This is the order running along past the 700, and Delilah in front by more than a length on Express Odds. Third posse is Hawkesbury. Stella Marie is next, racing one off the fence. Tina Star creeping up on the inside of Stella Marie. Merry Wives called upon by Marshall now, and going with it is on the outside Brief Promise, and Better Succeed is last. Around the corner they travelled. Stella Marie came round the bend and wobbled noticeably, but Merry Wives wide out goes to the front now, and as they come to the 250, Merry Wives, as John Marshall pulls the whip, she got away now from Brief Promise, Hawkesbury, and then comes Express Odds. Delilah's dropped off. Forget Stella Marie, but it's Merry Wives the leader. Better Succeed's getting home pretty well late, but it's all Merry Wives, and Merry Wives will win from Hawkesbury, Express Odds, and Better Succeed. Then Brief Promise, Stella Marie, followed home by Delilah, and Absolute was Tina Star.
Number 5, Merry Wives to pay 270.140. 6, Hawkesbury to pay 240. 2, Express Odds 290.
$60 and $1.30. $2.60 and $1.30. Very well backed. Merry Wives, trained by John Hawkes, by Brief Truce from Royal Progeny, Alaskan Star Mare, owned by the Woodland Stud Syndicate, and ridden by Johnny Marshall. Number 5 is first, or will be when the number goes up. Stella Marie got very unbalanced on the corner. I don't think she was going to do much at that point by the same token. Brief Promise ran a fair race. Hawkesbury battled on. Express Odds, Better Succeed wide out, did a good job too, and is in a close finish for third. But Hawkesbury will be second, and either Express Odds or Brief Promise for third. Now Hawkesbury will be second here. It's pretty close for third. Express Odds is on the inside, and she has run third. So it's 5, 6 and 2 official. Number 5 is first, Merry Wives, written by John Marshall at 260 and 130. Number 6 is second. That's Hawkesbury, written by Dan Beasley, has paid $2.70. And number 2 is third, Express Odds, written by Mitch Newman at $2.60. The time was 110.50. 110.50. That's only 0.12 outside the class record. And the winner scoring and scoring well. She had done a very good job to win the inaugural race.
Sash and Cap walks away again from the gate, and the grey Final Tempo, he's a bit toey. Stalls are back, they're off and running. Star Joe and Strident out deep on the track, a little bit slow out. Storm Rebel bounds quickly with Rancho Spark. Northern Song is going forward today around the outside, and with it is withdrawn. Further back, Plushka beaten for speed from Final Tempo. Delirious pushing up in the middle, followed by Weasel Will. 2 lengths then to Radiant Sword. A length and a half, Star Joe is withdrawn, takes the lead. Back off midfield, another Neptune. 2 for the back, Casino Heights, Desert Dream. Blackbean's got 2 behind it, coming down the side, and they are Strident and 4 to Western Magic. They're well strung out at the 850 metre mark, withdrawn 3/4 in front of Northern Song. Plushka a half away, going up third. On the inside, Rancho Spark. A length then Delirious running fifth, about 3 lengths off the lead. Then Final Tempo. Further back then Weasel Will to the outside from Storm Rebel. Then Radiant Storms followed further back in the race by on the outside of it Star Joe. Another Neptune, 2 to Desert Dream. 3 further back Casino Heights, hard ridden. Blackbean in front of it, but 12 off the lead from Strident. And last of all, Western Magic as they fan across the track. On the bend they race. Northern Song out deep, going up to withdrawn. Cutting the turn, Rancho Spark got through. Another Neptune's got up inside it, down the outside now Weasel Will. Then Plushka and Star Joe, and further back Delirious. Another Neptune over on the inside with Rancho Spark the middle. Strident from a mile back and out wide of Weasel Will. Another Neptune got clear. Strident with a late run. Another Neptune in front, another Neptune. 3/4 to Strident, 2 away, third out deep Weasel Will. Then Rancho Spark, Blackbean. Further back in the race, Star Joe, Delirious withdrawn, Northern Song. Casino Heights from Storm Rebel, well back Western Magic. Pulling up quickly Desert Dream, then Plushka. Star Joe pulling up quickly after the line with Radiant Sword and Final Tempo.
Number 19, Another Neptune, $92.80 for the win, $24 the place. Number 12, Strident, $4.40. 17, Weasel Will, $2.60.
19, Another Neptune, 93.50 and 22 even. 12, Strident, 4.50. 17, Weasel Will, $2.50. Treble combination, 3, 5, 19. $4,797.
The leader swung wide. He was following up behind Rancho Spark. They'd moved about 4 out. But in the straight, C. Williams has made the winning move. He cut back to the inside. Strident has made up a ton of ground to come from second last, staying on the fence. And third placing out very deep has gone to number 17, and that was Weasel Will. So what an interesting situation with the way the couple of the riders have ridden this track. The winner going back to the inside when they turn. Strident coming from second last, staying nearer to the rail to get within 3/4 of the winner. And a horse who tracked deep was Weasel Will. He's about 2 lengths away, third out in the middle. Intriguing. What a day for Craig Williams. 5 races down, Caulfield Cup Day, and Craig Williams has punched home a winning double with Another Neptune prepared by Doug Harrison. Number 19 at blowout odds of about...
All right, totes, 19, Another Neptune, $92.80 and $24. 12, Strident, $4.40. 17, Weasel Will is $2.60.
Count the Knights. It's going quick now with Gentle Sunrise. Out wider on the...
The Twister immediately goes back to last in company with Prophet's Kiss, and the well-backed Ikamatua left best. And settling down, it's Ikamatua taken on by the Hagen. Right up there, Pirate John with Rara Eclipse, the Bishop, Fraud improving. Olivia's nice and handy as they settle footy into stride. Then Spend, Brianna, the Twister, followed by Ballycash, Sober again, and Katusa. And 2.5 lengths to Prophet's Kiss. Ikamatua leads at the 8.50. A half the Hague, followed by Pirate John, and going up very quickly next as they come along the side of the track was the Bishop and then Olivia. Rara Eclipse on the outside of Fraud, a length to Spend. Then comes the Twister, and on the inside Briannon. Another 3/4 to a length further back, Ballycash, Katusa. Sober again as second last, and 3 or 4 lengths to Prophet's Kiss. On past the 500, and it's Ikamatua leading the way from Pirate John, the Bishop. Olivia's next in the centre, the Hague's on the inside. Spend is going to the extreme outer. At a length further back is Fraud as they set sail for the judge. Ikamatua a half length on Pirate John. Spend is wider out. Rara Eclipse starting to join in. Olivia's under the whip, then the Hague and the Bishop. Rara Eclipse is sprinting quickly down past the distance, and Rara Eclipse runs to Ikamatua. Put the nose in front, Spend on the outside. Rara Eclipse, Ikamatua fighting back. Rara Eclipse, however, has just got his measure, I reckon, and yep, Rara Eclipse. Rara Eclipse narrowly from Ikamatua and Spend, and then Briannon followed wider out by Sober again, Pirate John. A gap, Katusa further back in the field then was Olivia, the Hague, and then came Fraud, the Twister, then 2 lengths to Ballycash, and the last 2, the Bishop and Prophet's Kiss.
On the Super Tab there, number 4, Rara Eclipse, 25.10 and 6.80. 6, Ikamatua, $2. 1, Spend, 2.10. Treble, 3.54. Should return 912.50. Kel, what got it there?
Number 1, Paul, it's dawdled out of the boxes and landed some big bets. Number 1, Count the Knights, into 7 to 4 on it. The death was too good for 4, Starish, and 2, Gentle Sunrise, third. Ahead by 2 1/4, 18.42. We've got the all clear, 1-4-2 on race 4. In race 5, number 2, the Czechs Country Reject, the best of the day from 5 and 8, and race 5 goes at 2.44.
Good on you, Kel. Back to Ian.
21.73, the winner here, as the numbers are up on the first 3, 4, 6 and 1. Rara Eclipse, trained by Johnny Morrish, for T. Frageri, P. Steele, J. Nadil, and D. Morgan, is by Ideal Planet from Folio, a chestnut gelding, a 5-year-old, and ridden by Hugh Bowman. 6 second, Ikamatua by Varicos from Emma Hart. John Davidson, the trainer at the moment, Mick Dittman. And number 1, third, Spend by Geiger Counter from Univolta, Graham Rogerson, Brian Carter. 4th, 5th and 6th for the Superfecta. 10 4th, 9 5th and 3 ran 6th. 4 6 1, 10 9 and 3. The winner now having had 30 starts for 5 wins, 7 seconds and 6 thirds. And he scored today by a head with a half-length second and third, 121.73. The first 600 took 35.26, and the last 600 in 35.08. 461. Now the exotics, Superfecta has not been won, Superfecta not won. Quinella 62.60, Exacta 222.30, Trifecta 943.90, extra double 5 into $470. Olivia was given a good run by Johnny Marshall and has failed to figure in the first 6.
They're off and running. Came out in a good line too. One of the first out. Let's Compromise. Bounced in front here. Going forward is Sedurka on the outside, and Over is rushing up towards the lead, settling down. Tarumba further out on the track, and Rustic misses out deep from Tears Royal. Zayden further back was Trousers in that division, and they've got a couple of lengths in front now from further back in the race. Then came Whistler, then came Mutiara, gap then to Chattanooga, followed by Ruthless Tycoon and Arcanate, and last of all the leader Tarumba on the inside, coming down the side a half to Over, a length for the back Rustic Best. Fourth back in the middle, Let's Compromise, Wonder Trousers and Zaytan. Further back in the race then Tears Royal, a length then Sedurka. Further back then Jabali outside it, followed by Whistler. Back behind the Mutiara, Chattanooga. Further back in the race then came Arcanate, and second last is Ruthless Tycoon, 600 out. And it's in the centre there, Tarumba just in front from Over, and Rustic Missed the Boulder has gone up on the outside of those. 2 lengths, Let's Compromise running fourth before the turn. Zayden is fifth, a length and a half further back Trousers. Chattanooga pulled out deep. Over and Tarumba turn together. Tarumba got a kick on the inside, stayed to the rail and raced 3/4 in front of Over. 2 lengths for the back Rustic Miss. And here's Chattanooga coming right down the centre with a late run. Then Let's Compromise. It's Tarumba a length in front from Over, and on the outside Chattanooga with a late run, but Tarumba has kicked to the 50-metre mark. He'll get home. Tarumba kept going, and Tarumba's too good for Chattanooga. Tarumba by 2 lengths. Chattanooga a length away, third Over. Then Let's Compromise, a gap then Jabali, Zayton, Whistler, Rustic Miss dropped off, followed by Ruthless Tycoon and Arcanate, and a gap in the race further back then Tears Royal, then Trousers further back Mutiara, and Sedurka's dropped out to run last.
Number 13 Tarumba, 13.10 and 3.20. 11 second Chattanooga at $3.10 and 1 Over, $1.50.
Number 13, Tarumba to pay $12.70 and 3.40. 11, Chattanooga, $2.50 and 1 Over, $1.50.
Rustic this when they turn for home, but Jim knew where he's going. And he stayed to the inside, drew 3/4 in front of Over. Then Rustic missed. Down the middle was Chattanooga. But those down the centre weren't pulling ground. The on-pace horses have dominated here, with the exception of one to split them, and that was Chattanooga on the outside. But Tarumba getting away and getting clear for Jockey Jim. Tarumba. Number 13, Tarumba, has taken out the Mercedes-Benz, trained by Russ Cameron and ridden by Jim Cassidy. So it's becoming a bit of a day for Jim. He of course has had early success in the day. He took out the earlier race on the program, which was race number 4 on Oliver Twist, and an easy win, so it's made it a double for Jimmy. There's 2 also for Craig Williams. And Tarumba has scored comfortably in 1:24.06 and eased up. Chattanooga second, nice run. Third in is Over. Fourth home is Let's Compromise with the winner, too good. 13.11.1. Number 2 is officially fourth, and that's Let's Compromise. Fifth in number 12, and that's Rustic Mist, who at big odds has run a bit of a race.
13 Tarumba, 13.10, 3.20. 11 Chattanooga, 3.10, 1 Over third, $1.50. Quinella, $60.90. The Exacta, $110.80. And the 13.11.1 Trifecta is $332.
Race number 4 from the Gold.
Racing this time, came away in a very, very good line too. Vanilla Bean jumped well. Klinger's looking for the lead, and not far away is Avilda, and the same can be said for Bracing Rhythm. Night Driver hustling through on the inside, and right there too is Christian as they settle down. Just Imagine's moving forward, but Klinger's going to lead at the end of about 3.50, about 3/4 the break now, and Just Imagine. Over on the inside, Night Driver. Bracing Rhythm is over racing wider out. Then Avilda, Vanilla Bean, followed by Christian to there, and last is Cabaret Girl. Girl. Working over the crossing at the 850, and Klinger leads the way 3/4 on Just Imagine. Bracing Rhythm is 3 deep on the inside. Night Driver followed by Avilda, and wider out on the track next is Vanilla Bean. Christian third last from Cabaret Girl, and Absolute is there. Travelling in the order of this particular last call through, coming to the bend with 500 ahead of them. And Klinger leads the way from Just Imagine, and wider out on the track Vanilla Bean's gone to third. Bracing Rhythm, by golly, he's a handful for Mitch Newman. He's a very erratic horse, and as they come down to the 250, and here's Vanilla Bean out after Just Imagine and Klinger. Vanilla Bean, Klinger, Just Imagine, 3 in line to there, right down the outskirts of the track with Cabaret Girl. Vanilla Bean got clear, Cabaret Girl, and Christian with the there going after Vanilla Bean. Vanilla Bean in front, grabbing him on the line was Cabaret Girl. Cabaret Girl or Vanilla Bean in a tight finish. Then came Christian, followed home by De There. Further back, Just Imagine, and then Bracing Rhythm. By gee, he's got a lot to learn. And the last 3, Klinger pulling up quickly, Avilda and Night Driver.
Close go between 8 Cabaret Girl, 1910 470 on number 6 Vanilla Bean, 1410 310, 7 Christian, 2 even, back to Ian.
And there tried to get to them, but it was left between Vanilla Bean and Cabaret Girl, and you'll find Cabaret Girl will just get there. Yes, there's the number. Number 8 is first, and that is Cabaret Girl, ridden by Alan Robinson. Has paid $17.20 and $4.50. Number 6 Vanilla Bean has run second, will pay $3.30, and number 7 Christian third, $2.40. Exotics Quinella $77.10. The exact dividend is $139, and the trifecta's paid $1,376. The winner, Cabaret Girl, is trained by Stephen Engelbrecht, who in around about 23 minutes will watch his horse Referral jump out of the 2,400-metre stalls in the Caulfield Cup. So he'd be watching maybe on the closed circuit at Caulfield. He might have been a bit busy with Referral to watch Cabaret Girl, but he'll be happy if he hasn't seen the race here at Randwick when he hears the result that his Bay filly by Senex from Priority Lass has proven a shade too good. Owners D. Stevenson, A. Dunstan, Mrs. N. Jones and D.M. Payne scored by half a head with a long neck between second and third. The time was 1:23.09. The sectional was 600 in 35.48. The last 600, 36.01. Oh, gee, that Bracing Rhythm, I won't tip him again until he wins a race. He has dead set got a problem in his head. He just won't. He was over racing early, he was wobbling on the corner, and he might need to be cut. I don't know, he may need to be gelded, but anyway, that's not for me. Here's the winner returning to the enclosure, Cabaret Girl. She's had 9, now 10 starts for 3 wins, so she's been a very good filly.
Runners.
Well, Sky Heights might be favourite, but Arena will be right there. Say some of the followers of that horse over the last couple of starts, and Wayne Hawkes is joining us representing his father John, who, well, I guess Arena 15 probably go back anyway a little bit.
Well, he does have to go back, but I suppose the difference is that if you drew maybe 7 or 8, you might be 3 or 4 pairs back from being last. But whereas 15, you've just got to go back and hope to try and get in. So
I guess last start was, some say a dramatic improvement. He sort of has been racing like a 2400 2-mile horse.
Well, I mean, he's just been getting fit, you know. I mean, he's been no disgrace in running behind a horse called Tie the Knot, and he's been out there busting his gut, the horse, but he just keeps running the Tie the Knot every week, and he's been set for the really set for the Melbourne races. So we just don't need any more rain. That's all.
What about the other horse, Lightwork? It's drawn inside at 8.
Well, she's drawn a good barrier, so I mean, she's going to have a good run. She's got no weight in her back, and she should have won the Cranbourne Cup the other day. She pulled ground off everything, and they broke the track record. So funny things have happened.
Slipped on the home turn too, which cost her a good couple of lengths, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she's just drawn a good, she's drawn a good barrier to have a good run in transit. So a little bit of luck on the day, it makes a big difference.
Wayne Hawkes, of course, and the Hawkes stable have Arena and also Light Work in the big race, and both would have excellent chances. That was recorded, of course, at the barrier draw for the Caulfield Cup. Now, it's 19 minutes off, the big one, and 2 millions in the pool now, and it's Sky Heights at 470, the favourite. Married Poor at 48, 10 Arena, 20 Referral, then to the Hind at 21, Vitaman 17, Joss Sticks 32, in a flurry 980. Then further over, you've got LA Suez at 670, Lahar 26, Sea Squill 41, Figurehead at 37, Nina Haraka now 12s, Rogan Josh 18, Rosa War 42 and Laybeal at $13, and 27s for Light Work with Miss Danehill at $36. The jockeys being introduced to the crowd there at Caulfield, rider of Vitaman, Brian York, and as they pan down there to all the riders riding there at Caulfield this afternoon in the Caulfield Cup, Larry Cassidy. And he's riding, of course, the stablemate of the favourite Sky Heights today, In a Flurry. And the question mark about whether she will settle in the race. Brett Preble picked up the ride, of course, on LA Suez for Bart Cummings after Paddy Payne had that fall. So Paddy's bad luck is Brett's good luck there, as the riders must be feeling a little nervous. You see Damien Oliver just having a bit of a stretch there. There's Greg Hall, always very popular with the crowd, and he's riding Lahar. And alongside him we can just see the nose of the pumper there, Jimmy Cassidy, and he's riding, what's he riding today, Jimmy? I've almost forgotten. Sea Squill for Graham Rogerson, one of the outsiders of the field, as the camera moves down through the list there. And Michael Carl, Figurehead, that's Rod Galagas's best bet today. So there they are, being introduced to the crowd at Caulfield. Now let's go to Ascot. This is the third. Once again, here's Darren.
$1.50 about Candyland. Red lights are on. Fashionably late to steady. She's a little overawed by the occasion. Drawn one from the outside. Line looked good this time around. They're racing from the inside. Candy Lane missed the kick, but Candyland began well. So did Genuine Girl, fashionably late. Demon Lass from the outside, and hunting up behind them, Lady Hideki. Then Humour Hula, followed settling down by Could Be Handy, who's second from last, and 4 lengths to Candy Lane. It's the short price favourite, Candyland. Coming back underneath Robertson at the 600 mark, leading by a length over Lady Hideki. Genuine Girl is next on the outside, being closely followed by Fashionably Late, caught 3 deep. On the inside, Could Be Handy, Humour Hula, who struck trouble there, blundered, lost ground, came back underneath them. Over on the outside, Demon Lass, and towards the tail is Candy Lane. At the 400 metres mark, and Candy Land, the leader, Lady Hideki, coming off the inside, setting out after her, and they're clear from Genuine Girl, but Robertson let Candy Land down, 200 to go. It's Candy Land more than a length. Running second, Lady Hideki, who's not making much of an impression on Candy Land, who now hits top gear. It's Candy Land coming away, the land speed record filly, and she's going to trot in. Candyland by 3 lengths to Lady Hideki, 6 lengths to Genuine Girl, third from Humour Hula, Could Be Handy, and then came at the head of the others Candy Lane, then came Demon Lass, and tailed off last of all Fashionably Late.
Winner there, number 1, Candyland, at 150.